On this episode of California Bountiful, we're cooking up a tasty show with homemade cheese before we let a sushi master roll it out for us. Plus, learn about an innovative way to build a thriving farm in an urban center. Then, the fresh-cut flowers which have given way to a family's success. Hello and welcome to California Bountiful. I'm your host, Aubrey Aquino. I'm here in Sonoma, making a stop along the California Cheese Trail at the Epicurean Connection, where they're unleashing the flavors of wine country and beyond. Today, I'm going to get schooled in one of their hands-on cheese-making classes. At the Epicurean Connection, they're curdling a new crop of cheesemakers.
I think it's a unique experience. They do get to succeed at it. We've worked really hard to make sure that everyone walks out of here successfully becoming a cheesemaker.
Wine educator Ben Sessions and his wife Shauna Davis, a renowned cheesemaker, share their passion for this dairy delight in an approachable yet engaging way.
We really encourage people and we let them do it themselves. We're not trying to dictate every single action they do, really let them explore on their own.
Giving willing participants a chance to savor an unforgettable cheese-making experience.
Today we're going to make crème de ricotta. The ingredients are just whole milk, heavy cream, a little bit of salt, and distilled white vinegar. And from there they will get 3 pounds of cheese.
Today's lesson is all about how to make crème de ricotta. And while that started to heat up, we got to whet our appetites with an artisanal cheese tasting.
So here's our crème de fromage. And your tasty spoons are right here on the table.
Tasting while cooking, so necessary, but back to the task at hand.
Yeah, and one thing we're not going to do is scrape the bottom of the pot.
A key factor in the cheese-making process is using the right tools and proper technique.
The test is you lay the ladle on top of the curds. If it sinks, you've made a mistake. If it doesn't sink, you've made cheese. And let go. It didn't sink, you've made cheese.
I must say, I was pretty impressed with myself and how easy it was to concoct crème de ricotta. And I certainly enjoyed customizing my creation, sprinkling, mixing, and adding some spice to the queso.
I would like more ginger personally, but...
Yum! This is one tasty class where students always leave with both a new culinary skill and a creamy treat to take home. Now time for a bountiful beverage. Midtown Spirits is a distillery located in the heart of Midtown Sacramento. And while they distill using classic techniques, they aim to create new and exciting flavors to provide a unique drinking experience.
Hey everybody, my name is Jason Poole. I'm one of the co-founders here at Midtown Spirits. First and foremost, we like to use our Midtown Gin here to make a Midtown Gin Ricky. This is a really simple cocktail that you can definitely make with whatever you have growing in the garden or pick up at the grocery store this spring. Today we're going to be just doing a little bit of a variation on it. We're going to be using some lavender that you see here that you can obviously get at every farmer's market. Just a little pinch of that there. And then we're also going to use some blueberries. And we're going to muddle those at the bottom of your martini shaker. This is just going to release the oils and the flavors just a little bit. You don't have to pulverize it because you're not aiming to get that left over in your cocktail towards the end. We're then going to be taking 3 ounces of Midtown Gin, and I do understand that is a lot of gin, so we are using a 16-ounce cup. If you prefer drinking less, by all means, you're not going to hurt my feelings. After that, we're going to be taking 3 ounces of lemon juice as well here. Fresh squeeze is always best, but if you don't have that, again, it's your drink. And then we're gonna do a honey simple syrup. And this is an incredibly easy recipe to find online. And we're gonna be going with 2 ounces of that there. Again, we're making a lemonade type of drink with this Gin Ricky. Very simple, classic ingredients here. Gonna be adding ice to this drink and shaking. Gonna add ice to our glass. And then strain into your glass. Now we like to use a double strainer, and that'll help to get some of the bigger pulpier parts and some of those lavender seeds out. As you can see, it ends up being this beautiful pink color. And do not worry, we know it's not gonna quite fill up the glass. This is gonna be topped with a soda water to get some extra carbonation and fizz to it. Using our natural sugarcane straws here, a little sprinkle of that lavender just because it looks beautiful up top, and then a dehydrated lemon, you are all set to enjoy your cocktail.
Later in the show, a blooming family legacy that started with fresh cut flowers.
Really, when I think about our family, I think about flowers and family as being like the core of what keeps us going and keeps us really close.
But first, it's time to get lit.
Well done, medium rare, however you like.
Sushi style with Mikuni. Stay with us, you're watching California Bountiful. California Bountiful is brought to you by the California Farm Bureau.
Hey, Brad, you know how Nationwide is more than an insurance company?
Oh, yeah. They're one of America's largest financial services companies.
Could we get that in a song like Business Life Retirement?
Or Nationwide's there to protect.
Maybe leave the songs to me.
But I'm the one with 3 Grammys.
I'm kind of the jingle guy.
Not sure I agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure I like your hat.
Well, it would never fit on you.
Wow.
Golden Sky Music Festival returns October 18th through the 20th, starring Luke Bryan,
Country girls, shake it for me.
Thomas Rhett, Keith Urban, Turnpike Troubadours, Bailey Zimmerman, Riley Green, Ashley McBride, Elle King, Clint Black, and so many more. Golden Sky, Discovery Park in Sacramento. Passes on sale now at goldenskyfestival.com.
At Farmers Brewing, we've incorporated balance between tradition and innovation. The result? Sessionable style beers that are clean, crisp, and easy drinking for all.
Our childhoods stay with us well beyond our early years.
Amigos y amigas, no matter what we faced early in our lives and along the way, healing is possible.
To learn more or for support, visit numberstory.org.
Mikuni is known for serving innovative Japanese dishes and eclectic sushi in Northern California since 1987. And lucky us, we get to go behind the scenes to see exactly how they roll.
Mikuni means the kingdom of God, and then we want to keep growing and then make happy in this community. We make everything you can think of, from ramen to tempura to every dish you can think of. Hello, this is Taro Arai. We're from Mikuni, Roseville, California. So we're making a rescue roll. Rescue roll, originally, when tsunami happened in Japan, we wanted to help them, so we sold out rolls to raise money for them. And we raised $180,000 in a couple of weeks. Since then, all the natural disaster, people are asking us to do this so we can raise money for charity. And last one was Hawaii fire. We did $100,000 in 2 weeks. So altogether, I'm sure we went over $1 million from this rescue roll. And we have a little shrimp, panko, crab mix. And we're in California, why not use the cream cheese? There you go. And we roll it. And we need some avocado from California. And who doesn't like tuna? It's a seared tuna, yellowfin tuna. We're gonna put that on the top too. In Japan, we eat with our eyes. Presentation is very, very important. I eat sushi almost every day. I have to come up with all different type of sauces. This is with miso and sesame. And have a little kick to it, a little spicy. And again, I'm gonna torch it to caramelize the sauce, which is like well done, medium rare, however you like. All right, now we have a little unagi sauce, and we have a little arare, rice crackers, to give you a little crunchiness to it. Okay, so this is called rescue roll. All right, now I'd like to make aburi sake. Number 2, we have so many different ones too. This is salmon belly. My job is to go around the world to find the best fish out there, and this salmon is one of my favorite. So we're making nigiri. Nigiri means squeeze. So instead of using the stone back in the days, we use our hand and squeeze the rice to make nigiri. And it's a 1 bite size, so you should be able to eat in 1 bite. So this seems very easy, but it's one of the hardest forms of making sushi. And I just don't want to eat raw fish and rice every day, so I have a little yuzu salt. We create our own different salt, and we torch it. This will bring really good flavor and just melt in your mouth, just fat, oil, fish oil will come out too. So we do that. Garlic, roasted garlic on the top. And we have a ponzu, which is vinegar and soy. So this is very, very, very simple, yet I love it. There you go. This is called Salmon Aburi Part 2. We are about focusing on working together with the community. We don't have to make best sushi. We want them to feel the love from us, and we want to be loved by them too.
Are you looking to add a pop of color to your veggie routine? Well, today we're highlighting a root vegetable that's bursting with benefits. Radishes come in a variety of shapes, colors, and sizes, and they're also really good for your health. They're naturally low in calories, and they contain vitamin C, vitamin K, as well as antioxidants. I personally love eating radishes when they're fresh and sliced up onto a snack board. You can add in different dips like a low-fat Greek yogurt or a hummus and use it as your dipping vessel. On top of that, you could also roast them in the oven, which is a great way to get some natural spice into a savory dish. Radishes have a long shelf life when they're stored correctly in your fridge. So they're a great root veggie to stock up on and then use whenever the time is appropriate. And did you know that they're one of the fastest veggies to grow? They only take about 3 to 4 weeks to mature. So they could be a fun thing to try planting in your garden this year. For more nutrition tips and tricks, head to ashleyhawkrd.com.
Still to come, a family and its flowers.
We are probably in the most beautiful area that you can imagine, but it's also a very difficult place to grow flowers.
Then straight ahead, we're going all the way up to discover a new vertical for farming.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
The California Farm Bureau has protected the diverse agricultural interests in the Golden State for over a century. As part of the California Farm Bureau, you'll add your voice to the combined strength of over 34,000 farmers, ranchers, and families through our state. That means more connections, more influence, and more opportunity to fight for the issues that impact your life. With your support behind us, California Farm Bureau's robust government affairs, federal policy and farm pact, and legal teams work tirelessly to advocate at all levels of government, protecting and promoting our shared way of life. Together, California Farm Bureau and our members are standing up for farmers, ranchers, and families throughout the Golden State every day, working to cultivate a bountiful future for all Californians.
This Southern California farm is growing up. They're creating plenty of verticals, innovating a way to grow fresh leafy greens in an urban area, like here in the city of Compton.
This facility is our leafy green facility in Compton, California. And we're so excited to be in Compton because traditionally Compton was an agricultural area, right? Like there's tons of farming here. But as time went on, Compton became more and more alike to a food desert where it's harder and harder to get fresh produce. So here in Compton, we're growing vertically. We grow all kinds of leafy greens like spinach, arugula, kale, and we give them to our community. We also sell them at places like Whole Foods, Gelson's, things like that.
Plenty is rewriting the rules of agriculture, taking a sheltered approach that's on the up and up.
So when I say growing vertically, I literally mean we take our horizontal farming that you see in movies, that you think about when you think traditional farming, and we stand it vertical. So instead of crops sitting right next to each other on the ground, we sit them one on top of another, and we send them through something that we call grow rooms. So instead of plants sitting on the ground and getting rained on, we use vertical irrigation systems to give plants exactly what they need to be super healthy without the soil.
And so far, they're experiencing the upside of advanced farming technology.
There's actually tons of advantages to growing vertically. We can put one of these farms essentially wherever we want, as long as there's electricity and water. So when we grow vertically, we're able to produce up to 350 times what we would traditionally be able to grow in an acre on the ground. So we're able to condense the farm space needed to grow 350 times as much produce.
No sun or soil, but creating the perfect environment for each plant.
We do use Plenty's grow lights. So with those grow lights, we're able to actually change the experience, like maybe our day is a little bit longer, maybe it's a little bit shorter, and tailor it exactly to what our plants want so they grow optimally.
Which also means their crops can grow all year round.
At Plenty, we're able to do this January to January. We don't have an off season. We're able to grow any crops at any time. For example, we grow leafy greens, maybe in the winter when leafy greens aren't super thriving, or in the summer when it's too hot for leafy greens.
Another focus for Plenty is California's current landscape and agricultural outlook. So for them, embracing tech and innovating new approaches to feed people, especially in urban communities, is no tall order.
Plenty utilizes all kinds of technology. We're talking robotics, we're talking control systems, and we're the world's most technologically advanced indoor farm, which means that we embrace technology, we love it. Here, when you're a farmer, maybe you're touching kale and you're looking at our quality one day, but you're also on a human-machine interface, you're repairing a robot, maybe you're talking to me and strategizing on our next farm iteration. So you as a farmer is not just maybe in your backyard or in a huge horizontal farm, which is also an incredible way to farm, but maybe it's robotics.
For them, sky's the limit.
The more Plenty learns and grows, and I feel this personally as an engineer too, the more we understand that growing vertically is really limitless, right? We have limitless space, and we also have limitless opportunity to grow our crops. It doesn't matter. If you can grow it in soil, we can probably grow it vertically. And I'm sure there's limitations to that, but we haven't found them yet.
I can imagine. From the crispy lettuce to curly baby spinach, baby arugula, and baby kale, Michelle put plenty of fresh cuts in front of me.
I'm gonna start you off with our arugula,
okay,
which is my favorite. Oh wow, that is spicy. Isn't that so spicy? Another fan favorite, curly spinach. We're able to get the perfect little healthy spinach leaf. This is our crispy lettuce. Like you can kind of hear the crisp and the wow. It holds up super well to things like burgers, tacos. Finally, over here we have our baby kale.
I feel like the flavors all came through very clearly.
Totally. And I can tell you that this is grown 100% and packaged right here in Compton, in this facility where we're sitting right now.
Hi, I'm Leslie Dabney and I'm the Vineyard Mom. And today I'm going to share with you a delicious farm-to-table recipe. It's my lemony risotto with fresh roasted veggies. Let's get started. Now, I already made my risotto with some arborio rice, a little bit of white wine, and I whisked in some chicken stock until it was cooked perfectly. Next, I'm gonna add some roasted veggies that I got at the farmer's market. Now, I'm using asparagus, some squash, and some carrots, but you can use whatever seasonal vegetable that you like. Now, I roasted these in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes at 400 degrees. I'm gonna add these now to my risotto. And what's gonna make this risotto a lemony risotto is I have the zest from one lemon that I'm going to add. This looks beautiful and it smells delicious. I say let's eat. Now, I love to plate mine in a bowl because the risotto has a consistency that's more like say a stew, or even a really thick soup. Now, I'm gonna also put some more flavor to this beautiful risotto. I'm gonna add some local olive oil just for some beautiful fruity flavor on the top. And then of course, it won't be risotto without some Parmesan cheese. Now, if you wanna make this dish a little heartier, you can add some chicken, or you can even add some cooked shrimp. This will make it more of a meal. Delicious. Now, with this, I have two wines I'd like to pair. First is a Sauvignon Blanc. Now, this is a lighter white wine with more of a citrus flavor, or you can go with a Chardonnay. This is a more full-bodied white wine, and it has more of a vanilla or an oak finish. If you want any of these recipes, just go to the Vineyard Mom Living on Instagram. Cheers.
Up next, flowers that have been passed down through the generations are giving way to a new vision for the future.
Hey, Brad, you know how Nationwide is more than an insurance company?
Oh, yeah. They're one of America's largest financial services companies.
Could we get that in a song like Business Life Retirement?
Or Nationwide's there to protect.
Maybe leave the songs to me.
But I'm the one with 3 Grammys.
I'm kind of the jingle guy.
Not sure I agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure I like your hat.
Well, it would never fit on you.
Wow.
Are you looking to uncover more of the bounty of California's rich, diverse, and delicious food and wine scene? Then it's time to get social with us. Find even more great content from farm to fork and everything in between, like recipes, behind the scenes, on food and wine tours, plus useful info on what's good for you and so much more. Join an engaging community of like-minded foodies and tell us what great story ideas you have for us, too. So what are you waiting for? Get in on the conversation now. Find, follow, and talk to us on social at CA Bountiful. Based here in Watsonville, Kitayama Brothers has been in the flower business for 75 years. And now they're making a shift toward the future, looking at new opportunities to ensure their family legacy continues.
Where we're at right now is approximately 240 acres, and we have about 1.8 million square feet of greenhouse, all for cut flowers. We grow Oriental lilies, we grow a lot of Gerbera daisies, snapdragons, gardenias, miniature callas, ranunculus is a new crop of ours, and a few other smaller crops, but those are the main ones.
Robert Kitayama is a third-generation member of the family and currently runs their legacy business, KB Farms. Founded by his father and uncles in 1948, the company eventually planted its main operation along the California coast in Watsonville.
This greenhouse has been here, like I said, since the late 60s, and at that time, I don't think there were that many greenhouses this close to the ocean. My uncle saw something that he really liked here. He might have actually liked being by the beach. Once upon a time, we were one of the largest, I think we were the largest carnation growers in the country. And then when that market started eroding, then we transitioned to roses. And then we were once one of the largest rose growers in the country. And now, we've transitioned again, so our main crops again is Gerbera daisies, lilies. And so that's just been something that we've been able to do to stay in the industry, is to be able to transition.
And now the family biz is transitioning again, entering a new chapter as KB Farms ceased its own flower production after this past Valentine's Day.
We are probably in the most beautiful area that you can imagine, but it's also a very difficult place to grow flowers because it's beautiful, because it's expensive, because it's in California. And we've seen greenhouses disappear because the parents got older, the kids were someplace else, the greenhouses got older. So it is a natural progression, but we kind of held off as much as we could, and we understand that it's
maybe time to move on to some other things because our generation of flower growers and of flower managers is growing older.
Stuart and his wife Carol spent decades helping the business bloom and have since retired. However, they share optimism for the future.
And so when we leave, we're trying to leave as much to the next generation as we can. And so we're trying to get ourselves established. This will always be a beautiful area. Maybe it won't be perfect for flowers, but there's always going to be something grown here. And we have land and we have greenhouses and we have a great climate. So in that sense, I think that we're leaving plenty. It's for the next generation. Listen, if you're going to do it, you've got enough to work with.
I have such an appreciation for like every single flower, knowing like how hard it was for our family to establish this business, to grow every single like cut stem. And it really, when I think about our family, I think about flowers and family as being like the core to what keeps us going and keeps us really close.
The story here is that KB Farms isn't closing or selling, but they're shifting to a greenhouse and land rental business model, while also looking to grow new opportunities.
This is a lot of hard work. I admire my parents a lot for doing this for a living. I thought it was very admirable.
It's beyond the dreams of my grandfather and grandmother, and at first it was just survival. And at the rate the nursery grew, and at the accolades we've got, it was so fulfilling. It made my father and my uncles really proud.
You know, we're grateful to the flowers to do that. And like you say, we're not ending, we're just transitioning to a different phase.
Sentiments shared across the family as they weather the changing landscape of California agriculture and hope to build upon the family legacy with the flowers at the heart.
I like the idea that in the future that flowers would continue to be grown in these greenhouses.
Of course I'm proud. It's incredible what's been built here.
When I think back to my grandfather and the four brothers and what they really wanted, they wanted to create a business that would sustain the family, and they've done exactly that.
There's always hope and there's always something new out in the horizon. When I came here, I thought my uncle did the world's best thing. He found a beautiful place and he built the biggest greenhouses with the biggest warehouses with the biggest everything on it. And if we couldn't figure out what to do with that, we were fools.
On the next California Bountiful, join us as we cook up an authentic Italian dish.
We will make gnocchi primavera today, and the primavera means springs in Italy.
It's so colorful. Plus, we head to SoCal for a little wine and spirits.
I was in medicine, but realized that winemaking is way more challenging and more interesting. So now I study viticulture.
Take care. We'll see you next time.